大家好，欢迎来到跟陈老师学汉语第13课。他在学做中国菜呢。这节课我们要学习3个短的汉语对话，然后我们要学习为、在、呢和吧。接着我们要学习怎么说电话号码，最后是阅读练习。第1个对话：喂，你在做什么呢？我在看书呢。大卫也在看书吗？他没看书，他在学做中国菜呢。喂 is an interjection, means hello or hey. 也 is an adverb, means also or too. 学 is a verb, means to study or to learn. 大卫 its name, means David. The character 喂 means hey in this conversation. Usually it's used in the phone call. 你在做什么呢? Literally it means you are doing what? In English we say what are you doing? This is how we express present continuous tense in Chinese. The character 在 in this conversation indicates actions in progress. The character 做 means to do. 在做 together means to be doing. The second sentence is the answer of what are you doing? 我在看书呢. The same 在 indicates action in progress. The last character 呢 is a modal particle. It is used to make the sentence sound nicer and more friendly. The character 也 means also or too. No matter it is in a question or in a declarative sentence, the location of 也 is always after the subject. 第2个对话：昨天上午你在做什么呢？我在睡觉，你呢？我在家看电视，你喜欢看电视吗？我不喜欢看电视，我喜欢看电影。上午 it's a noun, means morning. 睡觉 it's a verb, means to sleep. 电视 it's a noun, means television. 喜欢 it's a verb, means to like or to be fond of. The first sentence, 昨天上午你在做什么呢? What were you doing yesterday morning? The verbs 在 and 做 are themselves. In Chinese, the verbs has no conjugations. And we mention the time 昨天上午 yesterday morning to understand that something happened in the past. The answer 我在睡觉 which means I was sleeping. And here we don't mention the time because based on the context we know that is something happened in the past. 我在家看电视 I was watching TV at home. The same, based on the context, we know they are talking about things happened yesterday. 第3个对话：8230 4122，这是李老师的电话吗？不是，他的电话是82304123。好，我现在给他打电话。他在工作，你下午打吧。给 This character has several meanings. In this conversation, it's a preposition, means to. 打电话 it's a verb, means to make a phone call. The character 打 has several meanings. In this conversation, it's a verb, means to make. 电话 it's a noun, means telephone. 打电话 together means to make a phone call. 八 it's a particle. It's a modal particle used at the end of a sentence to indicate conclusion, a suggestion, or request, or command. 现在 it's an adverb, means now. We have learned it in lesson 11. The location of 现在 in a sentence is either after the subject, like in this sentence, or in the front of a sentence. You cannot put it at the end of a sentence, like you put now at the end of an English sentence. The last sentence, 你下午打吧. Literally, it means you afternoon call. In English, we say call her in the afternoon. This sentence is an imperative sentence. You can omit 你 by just saying 下午打吧. You can also say 你下午打电话吧. All three expressions means the same thing. The interjection 喂 which means hello or hey. 请跟我读这些对话。喂，李老师在家吗？他不在家，他去学校了。喂，你是张小姐吗？对，您是。喂，你在做什么呢？我在看书呢。The character 喂 means hey or hello. It is often used when you are calling someone or answering a phone call. In China, if we meet a person in real life, we don't say wei to greet each other. In English, we say hello. Literally, it means 你好. But in Chinese, we don't say 你好 to someone we've already met before. We only say 你好 to strangers. For young generations, sometimes we use hello or hi to greet each other. Now we'll learn 在 呢, which is used to indicate an action in progress. 请跟我读。我在睡觉。我在睡觉呢。你在做什么？你在做什么呢？小王在学习汉语。小王在学习汉语呢。First, let's learn the character 呢. We have learned the two meanings of 呢. One is in lesson 4, which means what about? The other one is in lesson 9, which means where. In this lesson, we are learning the third way of using it. In these sentences, 呢 has no meaning itself. It is a modal particle, which makes the sentence sound nicer and more friendly. So, the left side sentences means the same as the right side sentences. The character 在 also has several meanings. Firstly, it can be used as a verb, which means to be in, on, or at. Secondly, it can be used as a preposition, which means in, on, at, etc. We have learned these two meanings in lesson 9. If you forgot, you can check it out later. In this lesson, we are learning its third meaning. It is the verb to be, which is used to express continuous tense. We've learned Chinese verbs has no conjugations. Here, it is the same. The form of a Chinese verb remains unchanged under all circumstances. Differences in person, gender, number of time do not require changes in the forms of a verb. That's why the verb 在 and the verb followed after 在 remains unchanged. The location of the character 在 in the Chinese sentence is the same as we use to be in the English sentence. We put 在 after the subject and before the actual verb. Now let's learn the negative form of 在。请跟我读。我没在看电视。他们没在工作。他没在看书。The negative form of 在 is to add 没 before it. Sometimes we can omit 在 by just saying 没 plus verb, but I don't suggest you doing it at the beginner level. Okay, that's all about the character 在. Now, let's learn the modal particle 八。请跟我读。今天我们在家吃饭吧。好，我现在给他打电话。他在工作呢，你下午打吧。The modal particle 八 has no meaning in a sentence. It just expresses mode. When it is used at the end of imperative sentences, like in these sentences, it indicates a suggestion or command with a softened mode. It makes the order sound nicer, softer, and more friendly. Expressing phone numbers. 请跟我读80694781388208，12923823156。Telephone numbers are read in a different way than general numbers. They are read digit by digit, just like we read them in English. There is one special thing I would like to mention is that the number 1, 一, and the number 7, 七, both have an 一 syllable, and the pronunciation of 一 and 七somehow sounds similar, and people may misunderstand them. That's why the number 一 in a telephone number is read 幺 sometimes. 阅读练习，请跟我读。大卫在做什么呢？昨天上午他在看书吗？他们都喜欢看电视吗？ 李老师的电话号码是多少？李老师在做什么？他的手机号码是什么？妈妈在打电话呢。妈妈在做饭呢。他没看书，在看电视。他没工作，在睡觉呢。Okay, that's all for this lesson. 谢谢，下节课再见。If you like my video, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.